Hey there everybody, it's Mike DeLisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. And today we're going to be taking a look at Devil May Cry: The Bloody Palace from Steamforged Games and Capcom. 1 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes, based off of the popular video game Devil May Cry. Based on the Bloody Palace game mode from the critically acclaimed Devil May Cry 5 video game, Devil May Cry: The Bloody Palace brings the same high-octane action and demon-slaying style to your tabletop. So, obviously, we're going to have some miniatures here and many, many cards. Let's take a look inside the box and see what there is to see. All right, well, we've got our Devil May Cry sheet there. Doesn't really seem to serve any purpose. Here's the rule book. And it seems to be a substantial rule book, 26 pages. Components. The overview. Setting up 1 to 4 players taking control of a powerful devil hunter and dispatching wave after wave of increasingly powerful enemies. So, looks like a cooperative game. Gameplay basics. We've got our game board here. Style track, style points, player decks, upgrade decks. Character models, large and gigantic models. Ah, wow, you got to have that gigantic model. Okay. Orbs. Round sequence. We get into the round sequence on page 16. So it's giving you a lot of background before it actually gets into the gameplay itself. Goes into examples on how that works. Then you've got the enemy phase, where the first player controls all the enemies on the game board. End of stage sequence and the end phase. All right, along with some high scores and an index. All right, well, let's take a look, and also a reference on the back. Let's take a look at the board here. All right, we can see most of the board. It's not all completely in frame, but I think you get a general idea of the board there. All right, and we've got some cardboard components. We'll take a look at those. A whole lot of minis, including some gigantic minis. All right. Cardboard components. Some of them are pretty small, double-sided. They seem to be of fine quality. Not super thick, not super thin, just fine. Looks like player boards here, basic attack area on your turn. So yeah, these are player boards. There are 4 of them, as there is a 4-player game. I'm going to put these aside for now because I'm betting there are cards underneath here. Well, maybe not under there. Aha, there are the cards. So what I'm going to do is just kind of show you one example of each of the minis here, so you can get an idea. It's a little tricky to negotiate that out of there. All right, so let's look at these cards. I'm at least going to show you some of these cards because there are a lot of cards in here. All right. You can see hero cards. Oops. Stinger 2 Dante. So move cards for the different characters. Whirlwind, charge shot. Get more orbs. I think you get an idea of that. Okay, I'm not going to show all these cards. I'm just going to show off a few of them, just so you can get an idea of the kind of the iconography and the graphic design of the cards, things along those lines. Here's some achievement cards. Demon Slayer, claim this if you slay the boss. Savior, claim this if you slay an enemy that has another hunter in its front arc. Okay, so just different ways you can claim points. So it makes me wonder, maybe it's not a cooperative game. Not sure. Starting to look like maybe it is not. Let's take a look at some minis, shall we? There's one. All right. One example of those. One example of this creepy dude. All right. put him back in, put this back in there and knock about some cards while I do so. Now let's look at some of these. I think I've got some tape I need to deal with. I do. Give me a moment to deal with the tape. All right. So I'm not going to show you all of these. I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of examples of them so you can get an idea of the quality. If you're a painter, this may mean something more to you than it does to me. They seem, I don't know, these don't seem like the highest quality minis I've ever seen. Again, I am not an expert in that by any means. I don't purport to be. I'm sure they're perfectly functional, but they don't seem to be as kind of substantial as some other minis that I've come across in my time. All right. There's there, and let's look at some of these gigantic minis. Get the tape on these again. And this tape is sticking to me much more than it is even to the plastic. One more. All right. These I'll show you each because there's 4 of them and they're all very large. Here we go. That's pretty creepy. And it's also very sharp. You don't want to step on that. I can guarantee you that. There's one with the oversized sword. There you go. Maybe get a little more of that detail. Here's a pleasant little creature, huh? Yeah, very nice. And then the largest of all, look at this. Dun, 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 dun. That's a gigantic mini. There's no two ways about that. You can see it takes up a huge part of the map there. All right, well, I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what you're going to find inside the box of Devil May Cry, the Bloody Palace. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.